when you listen and you close your eyes, उसका vibe अलग बैठता है. I don't know.
बिल्कुल.
You know?
Because closing eyes for us is disconnecting from the camera, no?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's why I felt the track more. Like the beat was just hitting me harder.
Yeah. Correct.
So, okay, now the next one is... Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Jojo
and Shruti. Yes, an open letter.
Open letter. We are continuing on this journey. It's Studio Gangsters, which has been mentioned in track 3.
इनकी self-referencing show हो रही है basically.
I know.
Oh,
what is it called in like TV shows when you like hint at something? Shadowing.
Cross reference.
No, something shadow कुछ होता है ना when you before many episodes when you reveal something and then it comes up later.
No,
it's called foreshadowing.
Oh, foreshadowing. हाँ. I thought you're meaning like I was like cliffhanger तो नहीं है ये like it's not end के अंदर giving the hook वो नहीं है. हाँ. Foreshadowing is happening. Very nice.
Right. Okay, so rap but Umair at Talanjum, listen. Oh, Superdupersultan is on this one. See. So 1 second. Wasn't agency by the 3 of them? Agency was the 3 of them, no?
Check, confirm.
Oh, mix and master is Joke. Has he done? I didn't even read the credits for any of the earlier tracks. Maybe they are all like that only. With Joke mix and mastering the album. 1 second. Agent. Pull upon you like agency. Chal chote kam si. Okay. Sorry. Okay, there we go. It is Talanjum Rap Demon, produced by Umair. Okay, Superdupersultan was not part of that team, but he is now here on this one with them, and we are excited to see why he's here and what he's doing.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yes.
Let's just get into it.
Ready.
Expectations are still very high. Okay. 1, 2, 3, play.
वो गले पड़ गई पसंद उसे hugs और दूसरी की हवस मेरे loves भाई तीसरी में शर्म के नहीं साइंस चौथी क्रॉस करे लाइंस 5वीं का मैं ही ड्रग और छठी डॉक्टरेट पकड़ लेती नब्स नाम उसका हेजल है ना मेक हर गो नट्स यानी के जानी मेरे फक्स भी मसरूफ तो मैं वक्त को फजूल कैसे तुम पे कर दूं खर्च गिव एंड टेक मतलब इज्जत ले सच का ये कड़वा जाम कर दे इनका लिवर फेल बसारत में नहीं दिखता पर मैं देता पिक्चर क्लियर इधर देख स्टूडियो गैंगस्टर bitch I'm here bigger stakes bigger figures liquor middle age शेरों के टोले में किधर भीड़ चल निकल बे screens and lenses इनके बनते armor vest time for dead जब मेरे boys viking mode पे है निकलते riddle me this इनका future क्यों नहीं बनता ये जिसको कहते pen game लन पे लिखती जनता आए दिन गिरा हूं इन पे facts वाला मलबा when they wanna rhyme like demon when they wanna sound like गल्हा ये आईने में देखें तो अक्स कहे तो दर्जा मैं वो लफ्ज ही ना लिखूं जिससे मथानी पे खलता तू स्टूडियो में बैठा बेटे बूथ से निकल जा और हमें ना बताई कि तू मूत के नहीं भरता नाचना तो नाच आजा साथ में शैतान के आंख में ना देखकर बोले कमेंट्स वाली ये हो गया जे मथा दता हूं तू आराम जे पैगी के नहीं ठंड तेरी जान दे गाय का कंपैरिजन तू काके आके काम देख वर्ल्ड इन माय रेयर व्यू हम बस आगे पे ध्यान दे हम ले आते कैश तुम बस लेकर आते लानते नून हो या रात इनकी मीम मेरे लाम से दिया था मौका तुमने बकना था जो बक लिया द किंग्स बैक तो सारे कटो तखलिया बिन बैक आती अब नशे की अशिया वो कहती बेबी तेरा फ्लो फील्स लाइक मंशियात वो करती गंदी बात स्लिप होके डीएम में हो जाती पानी पानी चाहती मेरा डीएनए वो कहती कोनी घर पे आप पुल अप इंडिया से उसके पापा रिलीजियस पर वो लव चाहती है डीमन से
I got no love for these studio gangsters यार बेली सारे ही daily offenders rub me the wrong way and you're fuck boy like we're hug परस्त hard hitting cold blooded killers कोई ये शक अगर pull up 40 दूर करूं आदतन मजबूर लेट में हर शूट पर हूं सोबत देख मेरी डाकूज with चाकूज shut your city down जैसे रूल्स कोई नहीं लागू उम्मीद पे है दुनिया कायम and I'm just hoping मुझे रैपर सुन के गेम करें soak in. My homies laugh at you, boy, you must be joking. उर्दू रैप most deaf, तुम कह लो sure thing. Fake नहीं छोटे अक्ल पकड़ सब इधर असल. I'm young stunners, चल तू कह ले trouble trouble. I got Sultan with me, पर मैं नहीं कोई saint. I got Umair with me, homie, we're not fucking playing. अभी भी असली शहर शहर गली गली. तेरी हट रही है, I know तेरी जली जली. Lyrical murder, rap game की बड़ी बली. Bitch, I'm back, this is Top Boy, I'm Big Sully. Yeah. Back like Big Sully. Let's go. When I walk up to the scene, तो ये सारे बोलें king back, king back, king back. जो ये सारे बनना चाहते वो तो मैं already been that. When I'm on the stage, see how everybody sing back, sing back, sing back. When I walk up to the scene, तो ये सारे बोलें king back, king back, king back. Bitch, I'm back with that rap / hip hop. लोड़े लग गए while trying to keep up. जो भी फंसा उसे सीन से ही गायब किया. मैंने पुशर टी पर कोक पर भी रैप किया. ना इंसाफी नहीं किसी से भेजे पेप्सी वीजे. Hop a plane, Emirates, पूरी नहीं है नींदें. Pop champagne, really we don't need a reason. Masses में सुने, I got fans in different regions. Easy baby, everything is easy. आजकल पेड़े है तो दुनिया सारी greedy. Fucking award, मेरा mindset ही ईदी. ये नाम household fan है घर पे बाप और बेटी. It's like I make hip hop look good. बातें नहीं किताबी, you can't fucking look through. Shook ones नहीं ये shook twos. मैं और demon throwing fingers up like fuck you, I'm out.
Now I know why I was warned about explicit content by a listener, by a viewer. Like track 5, 6, 7, I think if I remember. So like brace yourself. It's a little
like all I like, you know, months and years of practice now. Okay, jane do. That needs to happen. When that moment comes, that time just focus on the music, and the music is so focus worthy that it makes it easy. लेकिन जो बीच में वो जो बहुत drastic flow change हुआ था, flow क्या पूरा music ही सब कुछ ही बदल गया था. So flow change first segment में, even if I like choose to call them as two separate segments, but while it was so drastic, it was still very smoothly done. So even in the second half, I think दो flows बहुत distinctly change हुए थे, and first वाले में भी. It's just musically ना, इस album में कुछ और हो रहा है. So while Umair isn't on this one, like on this Superdupersultan is there, right? That's what you said.
Umair and Superdupersultan both are.
Both are there. But there is like this album का जैसे हर massive album का एक वो nubs होता है ना. That the more we hear it, like how with Khana Badosh, I remember it was always like their poster design was always red and blue. So that kind of had like, you know, it had set whatever in my head. So every time I would be expecting it, and the music had a certain thing. आज तक याद है. So इस particular पूरे album का एक वो वाला feel है, which is this really offbeat music, electro mixing with
funk,
like the
jazz.
Yes, it's like this fusion happening. It's like a mix of everything. Funk. Not typically what is associated with hip hop. So it's like different elements being brought in and being created कि देखो hip hop इस पे भी हो सकता है. ज़रूरी नहीं, you got to stick to like, you know, specific beats. So then how basically the whole mix, that's definitely already, this is what our sixth track.
It's a standout thought in like after every thing we've heard so far.
Correct.
Standout thought is what is Umair doing on the music. It's taking DHH into a new space.
Correct.
Not just because it hasn't been done before. He's just doing it in such a fantastic way, and the different variations he's giving us on this album while doing it. That is kind of, for me, milestoning this album for its music already, and we're only
I'm
on
with
track
you.
5.
Yes, 100%. Oh, this is track 5. Yeah. तो ये एक चीज तो मतलब already in the flow of things निकल के आ गई है. Like, you know, एक वो होता है ना, when you listen एक करके, the distinct markers of it, one is out. Now in this, I was really trying hard on those lyrics, and I was like, flow अच्छी है. एक वो बहुत like, you know, बहुत अच्छी बात हो रही थी, and then suddenly I'm like, नहीं चलो, like don't get distracted. So yeah, so I kept going with that. But
That's
overall,
just us.
It's just us. Yeah, क्या करें? अब like इतना भी नहीं बदल सकते ना. थोड़ा try कर रहे हैं, but like, so we are accepting it. You accept us. It's okay. It's all good. So second verse में, second half of the song में, in fact, then I was trying to like kinda focus in on the lyrics very specifically when this one came in. Wait, I'll tell you. यहाँ पे हैं
Very distinctly,
I wanted to like point out one this thing, but when Tala Anjum came in, no? So when his verse started, at that point, there is like this, I don't know, maybe I like Rap Demon. I really like his stuff, his previous stuff and all that. But somewhere, the moment Tala Anjum started, my antennas like cued in more. I was just like, ye jani pehchani baat hai. I know what he's talking about. But at the same time, his flow, the way his delivery is, everything, maybe it's just like a personal fan moment type feeling hoti hai. So immediately I was more attentive in the second half. That happened to me. So now I don't know how much of that to like, should I be a little more like, fix that about me or whatever, but it's just something that happened. So lyrically, but I've got to say, while all of it was generally nice, but none of it stood out for me in that way where I'd be referencing it back and saying, wo cheez kitni amazing thi. Right in the first verse, I do remember one word which had been spoken in such a way, so the music and the flow is standing out a lot more for me than the lyrics, basically. Sorry. While speaking, I'm also trying to figure out what I'm feeling. So
obviously that happens.
I finally figured out what that is. So so the music and the flow and the way it is being sung is standing out for me a lot more, sung and delivered and like, spoken. It's standing out for me a lot more in this particular track than the lyrics.
I just have to say that I didn't enjoy Rap Demon's part at all, because I don't know, the lyrics somewhere just made me switch off after a point. And I didn't really like, for me, when it started, first of all, I like Rap Demon stuff, and his voice and his flow is very unique to him, and it's something I've enjoyed a lot. But in this one,
his Panju Beta like though.
always maza aata hai usme. He does those bits really well, and he mixes up those lines in the verses really well. But somewhere it just lost me in the thoughts of what he was saying. So wo connect nahi hua mujhse. But the music I was loving there. Like you said, the music was through and through. So now, wo verse chal raha tha, theek hai, sun rahe, and then the music, even Tala Anjum's verse in that bit, the first part, before the music changed, was fine. It was flexing. It was nice. But I was like, while listening to that whole bit, I was like, okay, this is probably my least favorite so far. But then part 2 happened. And that beat switch and that the vibe switch completely happened. And even just how Anjum started that part with the and back like Big Sully and let's go, yeah. Like that whole little interlude-ish start. I was completely like, that was the point where I completely tuned in and it caught my attention, and then I couldn't stop vibing to it. So, and of course the whole...
But was that because of his lyrics or was that because of music?
It was the vibe. It was the vibe with his voice and the music. And the thing is, he immediately, because his what he said, like I just said, the let's go, yeah, that brought me in. Music was already killing it for me. And then he started with the when I walk up to the scene, to ye sare bole king back.
That was
so
really
sare banna chahte wo to main already been that. So you're already, so he's like
grooving to it. Yeah.
You're in. You can't like disconnect from it. It's got you right there. So even like, and everything that he did with his verses, the flows and the schemes and the rhymes he played with after kept me hooked till this track ended. So I loved it. The second half was like doing it for me completely till it ended. And the whole time, also by the way, how he ended, it's like, I make hip hop look good. Baatein nahi kitabi, you can fucking look through. Shook ones nahi, ye shook twos. I love that. I died. I laughed so much. Main or even throwing fingers up like, I'm out. Okay, so anyway, that's how I felt as the track progressed, and and it ended on a high for me. So I loved it. Like you said, Umair is just taking things to a different level. And wo ho jata hai na, as you're progressing through an album, the one spotlight thought that you cannot ignore is already now established. Wo
correct.
Uske alawa ab aur dusre aayenge spotlight mein cheezein by the time we finish the album. But so far, damn. Okay, do we have the next track after this, or did we finish 2?
I don't know.
We have 2 tone. This was the first one.
Correct. So, एक second. हाँ.
That was track 5.
Yes, 2 tone is
तो इतना खो गए इस track के discussion में.
I know.
2 tone तो सुना ही नहीं. But ठीक है, let's get to it. हाँ. Ready? 1, 2, 3, play. Oh.
हाथ बांध छोटे हाथ बांध सुनो एहतराम से गाने मेरे नाम के मुरीद तेरे पसंदीदा रैपर मेरे काम के मुरीद हाथ बांध वरना बोलेगी फिर 9 मिलीमीटर हाथ बांध छोटे हाथ बांध आए तेरे शहर तो लगा दे वहाँ 4 चांद बातमान मेरी बातमान हला होड़ी नहीं होए देंगे तेरी गांड फाड़ जिन्हें चर्च पिला दी वो सारे हाई के मुरीद जिन्हें वर्स दिया वो सारे लिखाई के मुरीद लेकिन भाई वाले तेरे थोड़े आउट ऑफ द लीग आउट ऑफ द वे जाते हैं कभी आओ तो कराची फ्लो सो सिक मुझे टी2 टोन बोल हाइप खाएगा ना मुंह तो खोल इधर सोल्ड आउट शो बेटा 10,000 लोग अभी आई एम द शिट अभी गर्मी नहीं ब्रो गलत तेरी मालूमात करे तेरा बंदोबस्त बेंच जाती फटोफट pull up and we fuck it up pull up and we fuck it up कराची मेरा मैं आ रहा city shutting down लाहौर back in Karachi बलोच बनाए जोड़े smoking up in Johor 3 AM 4 AM कलम तोड़ any fucking day मेरे भाई वाले बैठे Canada hustle and digits and edit up शहर मेरा जंगल है gang पूरा animals we can bake मेरे boys करें edibles bitch made motherfuckers acting like many men असल में ये minions देखिए resilience बाउंस बैक करें आउंस फ्लैश करें मान के नहीं लाए अपनी हाइप कैश करें तुम्हें रॉन्ग वे छोटे हम तो राइट बैट करें पे अप मदरफकर हम पाइप बने तेरे नट टाइट करें जैसे उस्ताद मुझे सीख के सिखाएंगे ये गुस्ताख नो कीज मैंने वेव किए पुश स्टार्ट बात सुन हाथ बांध छोटे हाथ बांध सुनो एहतराम से गाने मेरे नाम के मुरीद तेरे पसंदीदा रैपर मेरे काम के मुरीद हाथ बांध पड़े फायर तो सुनाई देगी चीख हाथ बांध छोटे हाथ बांध आए तेरे शहर तो लगा दे वहाँ 4 चांद बातमान मेरी बातमान हलाउड़ी नहीं होए देंगे तेरी गांड फाड़ सरदार निपट लेते तुझे बारों बार गुनाहगार सदा करो बार खून खार तो तुम बनो तो चलते औरों के लनों पर बड़े क्या घरों में तुम्हारे बोलो ना भड़वो अब रुको मत सजे और खपे हिप हॉप पे थपे इनको बोरी में भर के हम डब्बों में रखते हैं चीनी मुर्गी के अंडे हैं जो करे गांडू फेस पेट मलते हैं दौलत है शौहरत है इज्जत है चूतिया लेसर नोन सिर्फ मुझसे जलते हैं पब्लिक को खबर है चूतिया बनती नहीं इनकी चूतिया पंती चलती नहीं इनके करियर भी खाए तफसील से मैंने मुझे भी जल्दी नहीं हाथ बांध छोटे हाथ बांध सुनो एहतराम से गाने मेरे नाम के मुरीद तेरे पसंदीदा रैपर मेरे काम के मुरीद हाथ बांध वरना बोलेगी फिर 9 मिलीमीटर हाथ बांध छोटे हाथ बांध आए तेरे शहर तो लगा दे वहाँ 4 चांद बातमान मेरी बातमान हड़ाहुड़ी नहीं होए देंगे तेरी गांड फाड़
Okay, I have a favorite. I have a favorite.
Oh,
Oh, हाथ बात छोड़े हाथ बात.
listen, वो ओरिजिनल हाथ बार की तरह फिर से
I
आपका ये
know.
पानी पीना पड़ेगा. Like I can't.
Oh man, like listen, amazing. Like this is I'm so pumped up listening to it. इसमें जितनी गाली वाली हो रही थी, I didn't mind it one bit. I was
Yeah,
like,
but can you
"Ando,
imagine?
ando."
Can you imagine how Yunus must have felt when he heard this? He must have been like, bro, full hugs must have happened. And how?
Wow.
Imagine when he would have played this. It's like he's giving his bro a tribute. Literally.
Right? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Wow.
I think tearful
You know what's
milap
really
moment must have happened.
I agree with you. And like एक वो कितना smart thought process भी है इधर. That is a
हाँ.
phenomenally famous track. Okay.
Yes.
Like phenomenally. So
Yeah.
when you are referencing like this and
Yeah.
using that as like, as a tribute, you want to call it, as a whatever, like you're completely talking about it and yet you're adding your flavor to it. ये
Mm.
तो मतलब short hit है ना, you can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
How can such a track and also, okay, well, maybe somebody could have ruined it, but यहाँ पे जिस तरह का production value था, जिस तरह उसको flip किया है, with that whole chopper flow kind of a feel, and then like, and then breaking it up, and like how last track में था, यहाँ पे भी, midway से थोड़ा आगे के point के बाद, when that, the beat shift happened completely. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Not everybody can pull it off because sometimes the audience attention can completely fall flat with that beat shift, but both the tracks, that has just like made it better. Phenomenal. Whew.
I agree.
My
I
favorite.
agree. Yeah, she's found her
So far.
favorites. I think this is my top 2 for sure. So listen, again, the Galias, forget it. But what he did on this track is, first of all, Umair, the sampling he did. Can we just talk about the sampling? It was just
Wow.
and then the way he treated it, because in part 2, what he did with it and how he switched it up, it was just mind-boggling. I was like, what do I focus on? What do I focus on? The background में क्या हो रहा है, या beat से कैसे वो play कर रहा है, या अर्जुन क्या कर रहा है track में? What do I focus on? So difficult.
Amazing.
So वो हो रहा था. It's so hard, dude. And then like I don't think you guys realize how hard it is to talk after listening to tracks like this, because you just want to like repeat them. And anyway, so then that happened. But I was thinking that wait, now I forgot my point. What Anjum did with this beat was he murdered it in like 4-5 different ways. You know, he's like, मैं चाकू भी डालूंगा, मैं गन भी लाऊंगा, मैं whatever तलवार से भी करूंगा कुछ, और फिर मैं, you know, like it was just different styles way, different ways way. He just killed it. He killed it from every angle, and it was not an easy beat to kill.
No,
I would just
no,
put that
yeah.
out there. It was not, because while it was reminiscent of the original Haath Band in its aggression, it had a
Rightly
completely
called
different.
two-tone. Right?
It had, yes,
Yeah.
it had a completely different vibe while paying tribute to an amazing original,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
So
Correct.
on different levels, the genius has happened, you know. I'm just saying. There was a few lines that I really want to point out over here. Which
Only few?
I
Go
know,
for it.
this is the whole thing. बहुत ही, फिर वह सब deep हो जाएगा एक section में तो.
हाँ, हाँ.
हाथ बांध छोड़े हाथ बांध सुनो इतराम से ये गाने मेरे. As soon as that started, did you and I, like, did you get the shock as well?
Yeah.
I
And
was
he
fully
was
like
jumping. He was just like, what happened?
fully flabbergasted right there. This is my favorite. तेरे पसंदीदा rappers मेरे काम के मुरीद हाथ बांध वरना बोलेगी फिर 9mm. Again, shout out to his own song हाथ बांध छोड़े हाथ. His song, this one song, okay, this is, you know what, I'm gonna go on to these lyrics offline. क्या हमने वो this thing, that list is there, no? हाँ.
What list? अच्छा वो words की
वो,
list.
हाँ, nibat to settle something, tafsil to take your time with something. Okay. So anyway, there were all those words which इतने फास्ट गाने में मिस भी हो जाते हैं ना. गलत तेरी मालूमात करे तेरा बंदोबस्त, बेंज जाती पटोपट, pull up and be Karachi mera. He's giving shout outs to all his entire discography in this album.
Yeah.
मैं out of city shutting down Lahore, back in Karachi, बनाए जोड़े, smoking up in Johar, 3 a.m. 4 a.m. ओहो, सब songs को शामिल.
सब घुसा दिया है इस
I
गाने में.
know, bounce back करे. I mean, it's just the writing, man.
Yep.
असल में ये verse 2. I felt like when it switched up and it kind of got more, you know, it picked up
Aggressive?
pace sort of
Yeah.
in the second part. That's when I kind of, I don't know how to put it. That's when I kind of just like surrendered without. I was like, but the wall focusing on, I would say was like,
हाँ. जो देखना था इस गाने में हमने देख लिया. We have surrendered. We love it. Okay. हाँ.
Yeah.
बाकी को just सुनेंगे.
yeah, it kind of just made you give up,
हाँ.
you know, in a good way. So that's what happened. So ठीक है, listen, I can't now. We are doing this in one session, maybe a very good thing, because हमें वो full like flow में appreciate करने का मौका मिल रहा है. So now Two Tone and Studio Gangsters is done. ठीक है, we need time to recover from Two Tone, honestly. So
Yes.
we're going to end this video here.
Cool.
And
listen to it again separately on the
we
side.
will listen to it because Miss Bola has found her favorites.
I have. This one's a tough one to beat, but I have my hopes. Yes.
Mind is blown. Fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji. Fire emojis everywhere. Okay, chalo, let us know what you like about the song, favorite bar, whatever it is. Drop it in the comments. Miss Bola's there on Insta. That's how you support the channel. We'll see you in the next one. Live long and prosper. I was trying to wrap that whole thing. No, out of breath. Chalo, bye.
Bye.
When I walk up to the scene तो ये सारे बोलें king back, king back, king back. जो ये सारे बनना चाहते वो तो मैं already been that.